She had met Groucho in the summer of 1971 through The Odd Couple producer Jerry Davis and had quickly become a combination secretary, personal manager, advisor. But she was usually referred to in print as Groucho's companion, quotation marks and all. Odd couple indeed. Erin was someone whose unique standing I'd come to envy. Imagine being Groucho Marx's secretary, and here she was calling me on the phone. Between Harry Ruby and Erin Flemingthe, I felt I'd succeeded in cracking Groucho's inner circle. True to his word, Harry Ruby had phoned Groucho to tell him about the theater that was showing animal crackers. Erin had answered Groucho's phone and taken the message. I thought she was calling to get the name of the theater, but it soon became apparent that her motives were far more serious than a night at the Old Town Music Hall. She wanted to know how they had managed to get their hands on a print of the film since it was illegal for them to be showing it. I, of course, hadn't the slightest idea. Also, according to Erin, she and Groucho had been trying to get the film officially re-released for some time, but Universal didn't think there was enough of an audience to warrant clearing the rights and striking new prints. Erin said she wanted to take me with her to show off to the executives at Universal as a sort of Exhibit A, a person who would go all the way to Anaheim during the gas crisis just to see animal crackers. I was flattered all to hell. During the course of our conversation, I mentioned that I had just picked up an old photograph of Groucho taken on the set of A Day at the Races, and that I liked it particularly because it was a candid shot showing him playing his guitar between takes, sitting next to Gus Kahn, who had composed the songs for that film. Erin said it sounded like an interesting picture and that she was sure Groucho would be happy to sign it for me. It didn't matter that the photo was a dark one, not particularly conducive to inscribing. I fully intended to take her up on the offer at some point in the very near future. She had to leave to take Groucho to see Sleeper, so I told her I'd call her after my new phone was installed in my room at UCLA. Before we hung up, I said, "While I have you on the phone, I was wondering if you could clear up a question that's been bothering me for some time. Some of the books I have say Groucho was born in 1890, and some of them say 1895. Which date is right?" To my astonishment, I heard her call out, "Groucho, when were you born?" Faintly, in the background, I could hear a familiar nasally voice call out, "October 2nd, 1890. "Did you hear?" Erin asked. I heard. He had been sitting in the same room with her during our entire conversation. I was getting close, but still no cigar. Sometime between that call and the next one, a week or so later, the idea of my going personally to Universal expanded into the idea of starting a petition drive at UCLA to show those skeptical studio executives that there were hundreds, perhaps thousands of young people who wanted to see animal crackers. Erin talked it over with Groucho's publicity people, who deemed it a worthy idea. In mid-January, I applied at the dean's office to set up a table on Bruin Walk and launch our drive. The people in the dean's office thought what we were trying to do was highly commendable and foresaw no problem in getting approval for a table. Almost as an afterthought, they inquired as to the name of our organization. I said we didn't really have one, and they told me, using true Marxian logic, that unless we had a name, we couldn't have a table. And so the Committee for the Re-Release of Animal Crackers was born. We called it CRACK for short. This was before that word had any nefarious pharmaceutical connotations. CRACK consisted of my roommate Daryl, several co-op friends, and me, although our intention was to send petitions to friends at other campuses and make it a nationwide campaign. We soon became the envy of every activist group on campus, legalizing marijuana, gay rights, the Hare Krishnas, to name a few, because while controversy swirled around the other tables, few people had any qualms about endorsing our cause. After all, what harm could there be in trying to get an old Marx Brothers movie re-released?